Serbia, 5 centuries Ottoman occupation, history resistance, freedom struggle, final triumph. 14th century, powerful Serbian kingdom, flourishing culture, Orthodox churches, prosperity, freedom. Kosovo, 1389, Serbia falls, Ottoman Empire conquers, freedom ends. Ottoman Empire devours Balkans, Serbia conquered, 5 centuries occupation begins. Darkness descends, Devshirm, cruel system, Serbian children taken, converted Muslims, Janissaries, families destroyed, churches destroyed, mosques built, Serbian identity suppressed, Orthodox faith persecuted, culture attacked, oppressive taxes, exploited peasants, extreme poverty, constant suffering, miserable life, desperation, hidden monasteries, preserved culture, language, identity, silent resistance, unshakable faith, hope survives. Hajduks, heroic bandits, resist occupation, attack Ottomans, folk heroes, living national legends. 18th century, empire weakens, corrupt, decadent, opportunity approaches, Serbia watches hopefully. Austro-Turkish war, Serbs ally Austrians, hope liberation, betrayal comes, cruel abandonment destiny, great migration, thousands flee north, escape Turkish vengeance, national trauma, diaspora, collective pain. 1804, Dahi's seize power, local tyranny, rebel Janissaries, horribly multiplied oppression. Dahi's massacre Serbian nobles, absolute terror, brutal repression, systematic, fear dominates, desperation grows. Dorje Petrović, Karađorđe, pig merchant, born leader, legendary courage, national hero emerging. February 1804, Orashak Assembly, fatal decision, rebel against Ottomans, first uprising. Karađorđe leads, armed peasants, few weapons, iron determination, absolute, freedom or death. First victories, rebels conquer fortresses, surprised Dahis, Serbian momentum, hope reborn, possible. Belgrade besieged, rebels attack capital, fierce fighting, strong Ottoman resistance, decisive battle approaching. 1806, Belgrade taken, Serbian flag raised, temporary victory, exciting, freedom tasted, negotiated autonomy, semi-independent Serbia, Sultan recognizes, fragile compromise achieved, partial freedom won. 1813, Ottomans return, break treaty, second war begins, freedom threatened again. Karađorđe defeated, exile, first uprising crushed, hope temporarily dead, occupation cruelly restored, brutal repression, Ottoman vengeance, thousands executed, terror reinstated, sadistically, multiplied suffering, horror. 1815, Miloš Obrenović emerges, pragmatic leader, different strategy, diplomacy, calculated patience. Second uprising, Miloš leads, guerrilla tactics, avoids massive battles, intelligence over brute force, skillful negotiations. Miloš manipulates Ottoman politics, exploits imperial weakness, corruption, genius diplomatic cunning. 1817, autonomy restored, Miloš Prince Serbia, diplomatic victory, cunning, partial freedom, gradual consolidation, building institutions, modernizing administration, strengthening autonomy progressively, patience rewarded. 1835, first Serbian constitution, modern institutions, European model, progress accelerates decisively. Education development, schools founded, literacy grows, enlightened generation forms, knowledge power, national awakening, professional army, trained soldiers, modern tactics, Ottoman model abandoned, European discipline, military power grows, national identity, Serbian language standardized, Literature flourishes. Identity consolidates. Culture renews. Nation reborn. International recognition. European powers acknowledge. Legitimacy grows. Diplomatic progress. Sovereignty respected increasingly. Mid-19th century. Ottoman decline accelerates. Balkans awaken. Opportunity approaches. Liberation possible. Crimean War. European powers involved. Ottoman Empire weakened. Geopolitical shift. Balance changing. Serbia waits. Moment approaches. Prepares, modernizes. Strategic patience. Opportunity timing crucial. 1867. Ottoman garrisons withdraw. Belgrade liberated. Symbolic victory. Freedom nears. Prince Miloš Obrenović, ambitious ruler. Seeks independence. European modernization. Western orientation decisive. Economic modernization. Railways built. Infrastructure developed. European investment. Progress accelerates visibly. Cultural renaissance. Serbian literature. Theater music. National identity flourishes. Arts bloom magnificently. Pan-Slavism movement. Russia protector. Slavic solidarity. Geopolitical alliance. Cultural religious bonds. Balkan alliances. Serbia-Bulgaria. Montenegro coordinate. Anti-Ottoman cooperation. Unity strength. Herzegovina. Uprising 1875. Rebellion spreads. Ottoman crisis. Opportunity. Regional instability grows. Serbia declares war 1876. Attacks Ottomans. Initial setbacks. Struggle difficult, painful. Russian intervention. Russia declares war Turkey. Decisive support. Turning point. Liberation guaranteed. Russo-Turkish War 1877. Ottoman forces defeated. Liberation progresses. Victory nears. Siege Plevin. Russian-Bulgarian forces. Ottoman resistance. Eventual victory. Path opens. Serbian army fights. Alongside Russians. Liberates territories. Heroic battles. Blood sacrifice. Niche liberated. Ancient Serbian city freed. Emotional moment. National joy. Territory recovered. Ottoman retreat. Forces withdraw. Serbian territories liberated. Empire collapses. Freedom achieved. Treaty San Stefano. March 1878. Generous Russia. Big Bulgaria. Western powers reject. Western powers protest. Britain, Austria fear Russia. Demand revision. Geopolitics complicate. Congress Berlin. June 1878. European powers convene. Balkans decided. Fate determined. Serbian delegation argues independence. Presents case. Negotiates hard. National interests defended. Otto von Bismarck presides. German Chancellor mediates. Balances interests. Power broker. British interests. Block Russian expansion. Support Austrian concerns. Imperial calculations. Austrian demands. Bosnia-Herzegovina occupation. Serbian expansion limited. Future conflict seeds. Russian concessions. Reduced Bulgarian territory. Disappointed Balkan allies. Sacrifice necessary. Serbian gains confirmed. Independence recognized. Territory expanded modestly. Victory partial. July 13, 1878. Serbian independence proclaimed. 5 centuries end. Freedom eternal. Celebrations Belgrade. Crowds rejoice. Bells ring. National euphoria. Liberation complete. Prince Milan crowned. First independent ruler. Kingdom Serbia proclaimed. Sovereignty recognized. Orthodox Church celebrates. Te Deum liturgy. Spiritual thanksgiving. National identity. Faith vindicated. Karađorđe memory honored. First rebel remembered. Hero venerated. Gratitude expressed. Sacrifice acknowledged. Miloš Obrenović legacy. Diplomatic genius remembered. Pragmatism appreciated. Both leaders essential. Veterans celebrated, old fighters honored, sacrifices remembered, pensions granted, gratitude shown. Widows, orphans, fallen heroes' families, support provided, nation grateful, sacrifice never forgotten. National anthem, adopted officially, musical identity, unity expressed, patriotism sung. Serbian flag, three colors official, national symbol, visual identity, pride displayed. Diplomatic missions, embassies established, international recognition, sovereign equals, respectability gained. Trade agreements, commercial treaties, economic integration, prosperity builds, development accelerates. Railways expand, connecting Europe, economic modernization, infrastructure development, progress visible, education universal, schools multiply, literacy campaign, enlightenment spreads, knowledge democratized, University Belgrade founded, higher education, intellectual elite, research scholarship, knowledge produced, legal system modernized, European codes adopted, justice reformed, rule law, civilization standards, press freedom, newspapers flourish, public debate, democracy develops, opinion expressed, women's rights, gradual emancipation, education access, social progress, equality advancing, minority rights, religious tolerance, diversity accepted, pluralism grows, modern society, post-independence challenges, borders disputed, neighbors hostile, threats remain, vigilance necessary, Austria-Hungary threat, powerful neighbor, territorial ambitions, future conflict, danger looming, Bosnia question, Serbian population Austrian rule, national issue, irredentism grows, unity desired, economic difficulties, modernization expensive, resources limited, challenges persist, development hard, agricultural reforms, land redistribution, peasant liberation, social justice, equality progress, industrial development, factories established, urban growth, working class emerges, modernization accelerates, banking system, financial institutions, credit available, capital forms, economy develops, tax system reformed, efficient collection, state revenue, public services, government functioning, military modernization, professional officers, European training, artillery upgraded, defense strengthened, conscription system, universal service, national army, citizen soldiers, defense democratized, fortifications built, border defense, strategic positions, security enhanced, territory protected, weapons imported, modern rifles, European armaments, military capability, power projection, officer corps, educated professional, European academies, military expertise, leadership quality, war academy founded, military science, strategic studies, professional training, excellence cultivated, Belgrade fortress, renovated, strengthened, national symbol, defensive bastion, history preserved, national identity consolidated, Serbian ethnicity, Orthodox faith, language culture, unity strengthened, historical memory, occupation remembered, resistance celebrated, heroes venerated, identity defined, Kosovo myth, medieval battle, heroic defeat, national sacrifice, identity foundation, inspirational memory, epic poetry, Guslar songs, Hajduk legends, oral transmission, culture, living tradition, Vuk Karađorđe, language reformer, Serbian standardization, linguistic identity consolidated, modern culture born, national literature, 19th century writers, historical novels, narrative identity constructed, collective imagination, Ivo Andrić, Nobel Prize, Yugoslav literature, Ottoman memory, cultural bridge, maximum international recognition, Ottoman architecture, visible legacy, mosques, bridges, complex heritage, preserved, multi-layered history, Belgrade Fortress, resistance symbol, centuries battles, National Historical Museum, stone memory, Studenica Monastery, UNESCO, medieval Serbian art, World Heritage recognized, national pride, medieval frescoes, Orthodox iconography, Byzantine art, preserved cultural heritage, spiritual beauty, traditional music, gusle instrument, epic singing, living oral tradition, UNESCO recognized intangible heritage, folk dances, kolo circle, communal identity, collective cultural celebration, living tradition, Serbian cuisine, Balkan cooking, Ottoman influences, fusion culinary identity, culinary heritage, Slava celebration, unique Orthodox tradition, family patron saint, religious identity, distinctive intangible heritage, historical demography, occupation depopulation, forced migrations, independence recovery, population grows, economic transformation, Ottoman feudal, European capitalist, accelerated modernization, growing prosperity, education system, Ottoman illiteracy, independence universalization, national enlightenment, democratized knowledge, Serbian women, resistance role, culture preservation, gradual independence emancipation, progressive equality, Serbian youth, educated free, without occupation memory, future belongs, new generation, Serbian diaspora, global communities, remittances help, homeland connection maintained, international network, collective memory, occupation remembered, resistance celebrated, suffering forged identity, living history, generational trauma, 5 centuries oppression, developed resilience, national character, adversity forged psychological strength, national pride, conquered independence, not granted, blood-won victory, honored sacrifice. Independence Day, July 13 celebrated, national holiday, annual living memory, identity reaffirmed, national monuments, independence heroes, public memory, civic pedagogy, materialized history, Karađorđe statues, revered leader, first insurgent, absolute national hero, honored memory, Miloš Obrenović, cunning diplomat, recognized pragmatism, equally respected leader, both essential, Serbian historiography, 19th century nationalist, 20th century revisionist, continuing debate, evolving interpretation, academic debate, occupation evaluated, resistance analyzed, legacy openly discussed, critical history, Ottoman archaeology, Belgrade excavations, discovered artifacts, revealed material history, tangible past, Ottoman archives, Istanbul documents, historical research, accessible primary sources, complex truth, Turkish-Serbian reconciliation, normalized relations, shared history, peace preferred, recognized past, historical tourism, Ottoman sites visited, public education, heritage preserved, commercialized memory, national museums, Ottoman collections, historical exhibitions, material pedagogy, objects narrate, produced documentaries, televised history, mass audience, democratized memory, accessible knowledge, contemporary literature, historical novels, reimagined occupation, reinterpreted memory, fiction illuminates, Serbian cinema, historical films, dramatized resistance, national cinematographic identity, visual art, modern music, rock-folk fusion, historical themes, contemporary sound identity, innovated tradition, internet era, digitized history, online debates, globally democratized memory, universal knowledge, social media, shared memory, virtual identity, extended national community, connected diaspora, school education, history taught, identity transmitted, patriotism cultivated, educated generations, national curriculum, occupation studied, resistance emphasized, heroes venerated, national pedagogy, European identity, Serbia aspires EU, integration sought, Western future, European modernity, contemporary Balkans, complex region, latent tensions, necessary cooperation, past ways, Kosovo question, disputed territory, conflictive memory, pending resolution, living history, regional relations, complicated neighbors, progressive normalization, fragile peace, active diplomacy, modern economy, capitalist transition, persistent challenges, moderate growth, continuing development, Serbian democracy, gradual consolidation, political challenges, strengthening institutions, conquered freedom, civil society, active NGOs, citizen participation, deepening democracy, civic engagement, communication media, free press, public debate, guaranteed information pluralism, democratic transparency, Austria-Hungary's role, regional rival, subsequent threat, complex ambiguous relationship, complicated geopolitics, Western powers' role, power balance, commercial interests, diplomatic recognition, crucial international legitimacy, Ottoman Empire declining, 19th century, failed reforms, inevitable collapse, sick man Europe, Tanzimat reforms, Ottoman modernization, insufficient late, conservative resistance, impossible change, Balkan nationalisms, Greeks, Bulgarians, Serbs, Romanians, all seek independence, domino effect, Eastern question, European geopolitics, power balance, Balkans battlefield, complex diplomacy, Crimean War, weakened Russia, delayed Balkan liberation, complicated geopolitics, Serbia waited, Congress Berlin, powers deciding, divided Balkans, limited sovereignty, partial independence, Treaty San Stefano, generous Russia, big Bulgaria, Western powers rejected, Berlin revision, pan-Slavism, Slavic ideology, protective Russia, natural Serbian ally, cultural, religious, political bonds, Orthodox Church role, identity unifier, cultural resistance, national faith, preserving institution, medieval monasteries, culture refuges, manuscript preservation, clandestine education, silent resistance, fundamental lesson, resistance perseverance, preserved identity, eventual freedom, 5 centuries, final victory, price paid, generations suffering, thousands dead, immense sacrifice, recognized honored, costly freedom, anonymous heroes, peasants fighting, monks preserving, women resisting, silently, all contributed victory, faith importance, Orthodox Church sustained, religious identity unified, spiritual resistance, crucial, soul survived, culture's role, language preserved, traditions maintained, cultural identity resisted, occupation, memory transmitted generations, double strategy, military insurrection, diplomatic negotiation, both necessary success, complementary, perfect balance. Karađorđe versus Miloš, force versus cunning, both essential, complementary, two paths, one goal. Geopolitical context, crucial timing, Ottoman weakness, European help, factors confluence, exploited opportunity, gradual autonomy, intelligent strategy, step-by-step independence, pragmatism triumphed, patience finally rewarded, modernization key, professional army, universal education, Western institutions adopted, decisive accelerated progress, national identity, resistance forged, suffering defined, independence consolidated, Serbia, nation essence, collective memory, occupation never forgotten, resistance always celebrated, living history, present, perpetual identity, justified pride, victory earned, not gifted, blood-conquered independence, sacrifice, absolute legitimacy, universal lesson, small peoples resist, identity survives, freedom possible, hope, determination conquers, world comparison, colonialism resisted, independence achieved, similar global pattern, Serbia, resistance example, others inspiration, liberation movements, national resistances, Serbia cited model, example, people's hope, human resilience, capacity survive, adapt, resist, finally triumph, human spirit, indomitable, unbreakable, education importance, knowledge preserves identity, enlightenment liberates, culture resists, occupation, schools save nations, women's role, culture preservers, children educators, essential invisible daily resistance, fundamental recognized contribution, sacrificed generations, lived occupation, died fighting, never saw freedom, honored sacrifice, eternal memory, free generations, born independence, without occupation memory, blessed inheritance, preserve responsibility, freedom, present responsibility, maintain independence, protect sovereignty, honor past sacrifice, generations duty, eternal vigilance, contemporary challenges, Kosovo dispute, European integration, necessary economic development, build future, work continues, regional reconciliation, neighbors normalize, cooperation increase, necessary peace consolidation, Balkans, shared future, modern Turkey, normalized relations, recognized history, growing trade cooperation, overcome past, build future, diaspora role, Conecte Serbia world, remittances help, global cultural ambassadors, international network, constant support, complex identity, European Balkan Slavic Orthodox, multiple layers, cultural richness, diversity, identity strength, aspired future, prosperity democracy, European integration, desired Western normality, development, peace stability, Serbian youth, educated connected ambitious, builds future without past grudges, new generation, hope, independence legacy, conquered defended freedom, valued sovereignty, preserved identity, Serbia, eternal nation, living memory, history taught, heroes venerated, sacrifice remembered, gratitude expressed, generations, continuity, modern Serbia, independent democratic European aspirant, honored history, built future, reborn nation, own destiny. July 13, 1878, sacred date, proclaimed independence, freedom, 5 centuries, final victory, contemporary Belgrade view, vibrant modern city, reborn ashes, bright future, Serbia, free, Danube River, history witness, flows eternal, Serbia remains, resistance continues, always, unbreakable spirit, Belgrade fortress, resistance symbol, centuries battles, still standing, permanent testimony, stone history, Saint Sava Cathedral, immense Orthodox Church, reborn faith, consolidated spiritual identity. Visible Serbian soul, Serbian flag, 3 colors, eagle coat arms, nation symbol, powerful visual identity, national pride, national anthem, historical lyrics, emotive melody, sound identity, expressed unity, song patriotism, heroes monuments, Karađorđe Miloš others, public memory, national spatial pedagogy, materialized history, national museums, rich collections, preserved history, public education, conserved heritage, tangible memory, medieval monasteries, UNESCO heritage, ancient frescoes, United Faith art, eternal culture, spiritual beauty, Belgrade University, higher education, historical research, produced knowledge, formed elite, built future, National Archive, historical documents, primary sources, written memory, facilitated research, documented history, National Library, preserved books, accessible knowledge, democratized culture, universal education, public enlightenment, national theater, performing arts, living culture, performative identity, continued tradition, collective expression, opera ballet, high culture, artistic identity, international recognition, cultivated excellence, national prestige, cultural festivals, music cinema theater, identity celebration, massive popular participation, democratized living culture, growing tourism, international visitors, history attracts, economy benefits, world openness, cultural exchange, recognized cuisine, Balkan cooking, culinary identity, culinary heritage, gastronomic tourism, daily culture, Serbian wine, millennial tradition, growing quality, international recognition, increasing exports, liquid heritage, sports successes, tennis basketball, world recognition, national pride, competitive identity, athletic excellence. Novak Djokovic, legendary tennis player, Serbia ambassador, global recognition, immense national pride, contemporary icon. Technology sector, IT grows, startups innovate, digital economy, promising future, accelerated modernization, entrepreneurial youth, creativity innovation, contagious optimism, actively builds future, renewed energy, hope, empowered women, growing equality, increased participation, progressively modernizing society, advancing social justice, diverse society, growing tolerance, accepted pluralism, gradually deepening democracy, openness, collective maturity, environment, ecological awareness, preserved nature, sought sustainability, green future, generational responsibility, renewable energy, increasing investments, energy transition, sought independence, sustainable modernity, clean future, improving infrastructure, modern roads, new bridges, increased connectivity, accelerated development, visible progress, foreign investment, economy attracts, growing confidence, finance development, increasing prosperity, economic future, European integration, continuing process, implementing reforms, aspired membership, Western future, continental belonging, international relations, active diplomacy, world recognition, respected sovereignty, achieve equality, mutual respect, regional peace, Balkan cooperation, overcoming conflicts, shared future, collective hope, progressive reconciliation, future generation, will born free prosperous, inherit freedom, responsibility continues, eternal Serbia, perpetual independence, generations lesson, occupation resisted, freedom conquered, sovereignty defended, eternal identity, Serbia never dies, final reflection, 5 centuries resistance, conquered victory, preserved identity, eternal freedom, Serbia, triumph, final Belgrade view, illuminated night, hope shines, promising future, free Serbia, 1878, never forgotten.